Channel watchers, it's been another one of those last couple of weeks where things have been insane and I've been running around. I'm preparing for a couple of summer trips, and you can bet you'll see them here on this channel. First in the Ozarks, later on headed southeast towards Tail the Dragon. But before we get into any of that, I just couldn't let another week go by and not do a video. So things are going to be, again, a little bit chopped up, simply because I've been running from place to place. I really still love creating content for the channel. It's just, as we wind down in the spring and get close to the summer months, this is a time where things get absolutely crazy. So the things I do have, I hope you'll enjoy them and they make some semblance of sense. So enjoy. I know I've been really bad about capturing my activities lately, and it's not been so great getting my stuff up on YouTube, but I hope to change that. I'm going to go for a little ride today. It's going to be in the 60s. And you might think I'm going to grab the Softail Slim or the dresser, but it's going to get some attention today. And mainly because I'm going to go in town. I've got a store I go to quite a bit that I haven't been to. So I like the Sportster in town. A lot more nimble. Although I would be absolutely comfortable running an iron butt on this bike. I've done a lot to make it comfortable. In fact, I might do that this summer. Then I'm going to come home, work more on the barn. You'll get to see some more of that. And I got a lot of cleaning to do in the garage too. So might go out for a late ride tonight too, or later. More to come. This one I'm not going to video. I came out and didn't bring a GoPro, so maybe later. Well, my store was closed, so I'm back home. Gonna make some breakfast before I get started in on the barn. Every once in a while the owner will do that. He'll just take a day off. I rode up there to find the sign saying closed for the day, but you know, it's a beautiful day out and it's nice to get some of that sunlight into my skin. It does a lot for the spirit. So go get some chow and head out to the barn. I can tell that I just got off of the Sportster because I can't hear. It's a loud bike, but I still love it. I was thinking about it as I was pulling in the driveway, and short of 1 year, I've had a Sportster 883 in my possession since 2015. And for those of you that are haters of that bike, well, it's an awesome platform to customize, and they're just a fun bike to ride. So I don't know why there's so many haters out there. There might be some comments down below that say, hey, well, it's because it's a girl's bike, man. To that I would say, I'm comfortable with who I am and my masculinity, and I got news for you. If I get on a bike, even if it's a girl's bike, and it's fun, I'm going to enjoy the wind in my face. So breakfast today is leftover goulash. I'm not going to show you me making that, and it's probably kind of weird. I guess it's 10:40, so it's technically brunch. Maybe not as weird. But I'm trying to make use of the things that I have, and still living by the mantra, try to leave things better than the way I found them. So, in this case, fridge full of leftovers is not so hot. Anyway, it gets the motor going. And with it, I'm doing a can of Fresca. And I was just thinking to myself, as I was getting this stuff ready, that, hey, it's Saturday, and I'm going to enjoy building and working in the garage, cleaning things up. But while I'm having my breakfast in the old days, I would have been watching Saturday morning cartoons. Probably Dungeons and Dragons, or trying to think of some of the other. Well, I like the Smurfs. And probably would have been watching Super Friends if they were on. And even though it might be a big mistake, I'm going to do a fallback to an older time, and my cartoon today is probably going to be a retro episode of The Love Boat, which is kind of a funny show for me to be in, but both Amanda and I love the cameos. And have my breakfast, and then we'll get cracking. I got a mountain of gear here, too, that I guess I better go through before I go out and work on the vehicle. I bought a set of these for a friend of mine and me. You might ask, what is that? And, well, here's the answer. This is ham radio, a cheap one, but a very popular Baofeng. And the antenna, the rubber duck, as it's called, the little antenna that came with it, is not the best. And I know some people that have had good luck with some of these fold-ups, so I thought I'd give her a try. And a friend of mine is getting his ticket, happens to have one of these, and thought I'd send one over to him too. So that's the bike barn from the outside. And if you're curious, a friend of mine gave me this I-beam some time ago on cinder blocks. Behind me is my camper, but that's for Dutch ovens, cast iron, not the kind that you get in trouble with your spouse. It's kind of a harken back to the Boy Scout days. I can put circles of coal on this I-beam, put a cast iron pot on top of it, cook food in it, and put charcoal on top of the lid. I'll probably show some demonstrations of that later. My good friend and I used to do demonstrations for the Scouts. So that's an implement for doing outdoor cooking. If I look up, these are some of my ham radio antennas. And when I talk about ham radio, I oftentimes get questions about CB, very different things. And I've been trying to collect things to put on the outside of the barn to kind of remind me of Route 66. As I go into the barn, it's kind of in need of some going through. Like I said, it's been mostly storage. But if I look up, there is a callback to my childhood. If I turn around, although I need to, looks like a couple of them over the winter peeled, I've got some stickers up there, and a memory from a dear friend of mine, who is still around. I ride with him all the time, in fact, but that's off of one of his bikes that is no more. Anyway, as we've traveled, I've got a few riding pals, and as we've traveled in different places, we've picked up different stickers from state parks, and that's my sticker board. Hobbsies, what you got? What you got, Hobbs? Is that a moose? Is that the moose? What you got? Is that the special moose? You gonna come up? You gonna come see me, Hobbsies? Come here, Hobbs. What you got? Gonna play keep away from Oliver, aren't you? Look what I got. Look what I got. Oop, Oliver just came up on the couch. Oh, hi, Oliver. Well, I might have done something a little foolish. This isn't the dash of my truck. Oh! What did I do? Well, the reality is I needed a used vehicle to put my radio gear in, and a friend of mine had a Jeep for sale. It's actually been in my circle of friends for some time. I'm the third in this circle to own it, so it's a fun little vehicle. What is it? It's a little Cherokee Sport. There it is from the front. Good enough to hold radio gear. And that's all we're going to do for this episode. We have got tons of projects that are underway, and I'm having to do some house cleaning and prepare for some events coming up. But just as some spoilers, I've got new saddlebags for the dresser. It's kind of putting back together the old tops. I got the lowers, got to assemble those, get them on and try them out, which opens up some opportunity for new paint on the other set. We've got a new tank for the 883. We still have to finish the Famine build. Actually, there's an event coming up in September that I really want to drive it to, so that's going to very quickly become a priority. Softail Slim is going with me to the southeast, so I've got a few things that I want to do to that before we go. I've got a tour bag, a trunk, if you will, for the Street Glide that I want to put on. Give that a shot. I'll probably leave that on permanently and just use that bike for the long touring. Of course, on Tail the Dragon, shorter bike, more nimble. That's good stuff. Plus, got to give the Softail Slim a chance to get some touring under its belt. And it's, as I said, in September, there's a bike show event I'm going to go to, and I cannot go a year without going to the Black Hills. So I think this year is going to be an iron butt on the 883 out to the Black Hills at some point. Anyway, those are some spoilers for things that are to come. It's going to be a great year. And remember what I tell you at the end of every episode. Remember to see the beautiful things that are around you every day. Bag. So that's a Merc Vapor original. Fix that. Thinking that might be in the future for some of the moto vloggers. I've got a care package for one of them right now already, just because I keep hearing him talk about Camaros. You know, I once had a Camaro too. I drove it up from the Bahamas. You're kidding. I must be. The Bahamas are an island. The important thing here. So those come from old days. Growing up in the early 90s, riding skateboard. Speaking of